Welcome back to the channel, and I'm here today with a very special pickup swap video. If you've watched my channel for a while, you'll know this is my Fender American Original 1960s custom Telecaster. It's a great guitar. It's since been replaced in the Fender line by the American Vintage 2 1963, I believe, which is not a custom without the binding. I actually like this one better. But anyway, this is as traditional a Telecaster as you can get. It has typical three-way switching and these great American vintage 1964 Telecaster pickups. If you want a twangy, clean, clear 60s Telecaster sound, this is your guitar. It also has great neck, nitro finish, just absolutely wonderful. However, I have owned 15 to 20 Telecaster style guitars in my lifetime, I would say, and I tend to prefer a slightly hotter sound. I have Telecasters with much hotter pickups, and I'm not necessarily looking for that in this guitar, but I love it so much otherwise. I would just like it to sound a little bit more for what I'm going for. If you're playing classic country or something like that, you won't do any better than the American Vintage 1964 pickups in this. But I want something with a little more oomph. So I have the hand-wound Bare Knuckle The Boss set. You may have also noticed if you've watched my channel, I am a big Bruce Springsteen fan. And not to get too deep into the minutia of his guitar setup, but his famous Telecaster, the one on the cover of Born to Run, is different from the ones that you may see him play live. He plays Danny Gatton, Joe Barden's exclusively live. The Born to Run guitar has been retired from live service for several years now. He still records with it. It does not have Joe Barden's. It has the, I think it's Patillo, was the gentleman's name who's now passed away, custom pickups he put in them and wound for Bruce specifically. And that is my favorite sounding lead sound of all time. Would be, if you want to look at if you're interested in all the Bruce Springsteen Live in New York 2000 live shows, Prove It All Night. He's using a Mesa Boogie head and a 2 Marshall 4x12 cabs. That's probably my favorite guitar sound of all time, personally. So I have a guitar with those Joe Barden, Danny Gaddens in it, and it's wonderful. But I'm hoping that these will more replicate the sound of that original Telecaster / Esquire, because it's a Tele body and Esquire neck. And just generally be a little hotter and a little fatter than this guitar. Again, I have a guitar with hot rails. I have a guitar with the Hot for Tele bridge pickup from Seymour Duncan. Those are some of my very favorite sounds. I still want this to be a little more in the classic Tele realm. So this is what I decided to give a try. And these are not endorsed by Bruce Springsteen. These are just Bare Knuckle's attempt to sort of mimic that sound. And I'll read you what Bare Knuckle has to say about these great pickups. And I'll take issue with something they say in the first sentence, because it says the Boss is a genuine rhythm powerhouse of Tele performance, the huge range of rounded muscular tones and traditional Tele character. I will note that some people don't understand this. Bruce plays most of the leads in his live shows. So this is hopefully going to be a great lead sound too, and I have no reason to think it won't be. But more about the pickups. The idea behind the Boss Tele set was to take the 42 AWG plain enamel one of the bridge coil to the max without compromising the definition or the authentic twang and grind of a true Tele pickup. The result is a fat driving set of coils that can still be cleaned up by rolling back on the volume pot, offering a massive variety of Tele tones which span clean country through hot rock and beyond. The higher output provides a lot more bass response than would normally be expected, and a more compressed dynamic, creating a deep tone with excellent sustain. The high end is sweet and warm, and the mids are fat with rich harmonic detail. The neck coil has been wound to balance perfectly in output and sound, available with traditional neck cover or open coil to suit the application. As with all of the Tele coils in the range, hookup is vintage cloth pushback, my favorite, and the bridge coil features a copper-plated steel base plate, just like it should be. So that sounds like exactly what I'm wanting. I'm still wanting to have a traditional tele sound in there, but I want it to be fatter and hotter. And like it says, I'm hoping that if I just roll the volume back to 6 or 7, I'll get the sound similar to what this great guitar already has. I will say that I got this actually as a Christmas gift from my family from Chicago Music Exchange. I think it was about, these are not cheap. They're hand wound in the UK. It's about $230 before shipping, taking in the exchange rate to order them straight from Bare Knuckle. I think they're about $280. I think it's what they were on Chicago Music Exchange. So they're not cheap by any means, but hopefully they will be worth it. Oh, and let me say too, I've not gone through all the shipping. I think that it ends up about evening out to that, but I don't think CME has any in stock at the moment. Let's see if I can find a little bit more info here on their website. Oh, and by the way, these are the, I'll show you the actual pickups, the covered neck pickup. These are, I believe, trying to find them here. It says on here, Alnico 5 magnets, I believe. But anyway, I'll continue just okay, it doesn't say. But I imagine there are Alnico 5 magnets. And I've heard a lot of things about bare knuckle pickups, all of them good, but I've never had the opportunity to try them. So I was reluctant at first to do this because I do love this guitar so much, even in stock form. But we're going to take a look at the installation process and get these in. And I'm also going to do some blind sound samples, so you can go back and forth and decide which one you like the best without knowing which is which. Then I'll do some more sound samples just with the new pickups in. So hopefully this will be a fun video. And I'm going to put timestamps too, so if you don't want to just hear me ramble, you can find exactly what you need to hear. So let's get started.
Okay, let's take a look in the box. I have already removed some of the freebies, such as a nice guitar pick and some strings. So we're getting right down to business here. These are the pickups themselves, of course. Bridge pickup, you can see slightly raised pole pieces, but no real stagger to speak of. There's the plate, just like in the description, and the wonderful cloth wire. And I like that a decent amount's already exposed. That makes it so much easier. And here's the neck pickup, just what you would expect. See, there's plenty of wire on both of them. So we'll get them in the guitar and see what it'll do.
Something else I want to note really quick that makes me love Bare Knuckle already is that they have already started the screws into the base plate of the bridge pickup. Obviously you'll have to take those out, but sometimes, and I've had this happen with even nice Fender pickups, it happened with the Jason Isbell ones, they do not make the holes quite big enough, and that can lead to problems, including the, this didn't happen with the Jason Isbell ones, but other ones I've had, the bottom part of the plate and the top part of the plate wanting to separate. So the fact that it's already started is a very, very quality touch.
Okay, the bridge pickup is installed. We did run into an issue with the neck pickup. So basically, the neck pickup was equipped with 2 ground wires so it could be installed in a 4-way switch configuration. I installed it with the original switch. Bridge pickup worked fine, not the neck pickup. I thought perhaps it had something to do with I wasn't grounding it correctly, but I wasn't getting anything out of it, which I thought was strange because I've installed many, many pickups over the years. So I ordered a 4-way switch, hooked it up again. Bridge pickup worked fine, not the neck pickup. I looked closely, and I've never had this happen before. The coil wire on the ground side of the neck pickup was disconnected, severed. It wasn't attached. So long story short, that means it doesn't work. I tried to fix it very gingerly and could not without maybe risking damaging it. So I contacted Bare Knuckle. and I will be sending it back to them for them to repair. So it is disappointing. It's possible I might have done something to it. I truly don't think I did, though. And it did not come directly from them. It did come from Chicago Music Exchange, but I'm not that upset about it. I'm actually was much more concerned about changing the bridge pickup. I'm actually really happy with the stock neck pickup, which this is to begin with. So if it takes a little while to get the neck pickup, I mean, not ideal, but I understand. And they've been good to work with so far. But on the bright side, that will enable me to do another video when I will hopefully do a full review of the neck pickup, the 4-way position installed. It's still the stock 3-way at the moment, and their customer service, which so far I've been pleased with. But I'm getting ready actually to hopefully today or tomorrow get this in the mail to the UK. So it might take a little while because it has to go overseas. But in the meantime, nothing stops us from checking out the bridge pickup. So I will now play for you some blind sound samples with the stock pickup being one set and the Bare Knuckle, the Boss bridge pickup being the other. We'll come back for the reveal, and then I will get you some more sounds with this great pickup, which let me go ahead and say I am extremely satisfied with so far. All those samples were through a Vox AC-10 or mic'd with an SM57. So with no further ado, pickup A was the stock Pure Vintage 64. Pickup B was the Bare Knuckle, the Boss bridge pickup. I think it's about exactly what one would expect. The Pure Vintage was thinner but had more bite. This was definitely fatter sounding. It had more low end. I think for a lot of applications, the Pure Vintage would be better if you were a classic country player and wanted the traditional twang, but for me, I would usually prefer this. So I'm going through the Vox AC-10 now, just the bridge pickup. I think it's a great sound, and this is the Pure Vintage neck pickup, which I was totally happy with. So the fact that I don't have the Boss neck pickup in here, I mean, other than the fact that it was paid for, doesn't kill me, because this is the middle position together. And in stock configuration, the Pure Vintages are not hum canceling because that's vintage accurate. These are, and this is the neck pickup by itself. Together. And the bridge. And still plenty of twang. So that's with the volume on 10. Let's back it. Well, here's with 10. Back it up to about 7. See, I think that the copy that Bare Knuckle writes for this is correct. You get a lot of the vintage twang sound just by rolling the volume off a little bit. Let's get you a little bit more here. That's a 10, about 7. Okay, now back to 10. Just some full chords here. I just think it sounds great. Okay, now I'm going to kick on the Ross distortion. This is what I'm really looking for out of this pickup. Just a little bit here. Let's kick off the Ross. This is the JHS Violet. Back to the Ross for a moment. I mean, it's just a great sounding pickup. Let's just go back just the clean sound. You still get plenty of fully spanked, but definitely a lot fuller in the low end. And it combines so well with this very traditional, this is still a traditional single coil, it's about as traditional as you can get neck pickup. Yeah, that's just, the combined position is great. These pickups go great together. I'm not sure when I get the neck pickup back up, I'm going to put in another guitar. I'm seriously thinking about that because I just like the way these two, because even the volume, and I know on YouTube it's hard, but bridge pickup, neck pickup, very evenly matched. I mean, of course, the middle. So I'll just go straight to my final thoughts. Just speaking of this pickup, I was very impressed with it. Really high quality components. Sounds fantastic. I absolutely love it. As I stated earlier, I love that they put, it's a little touch, but these are the little things that make the difference. That they already had these screws in the plate to take out any of the problems that can come with that sometimes. About the holes not being fully formed. It was just a great experience installing the bridge pickup with the cloth pushback wire. Again, I've tried to look through the videos to see if the neck pickup coil wire was severed by me or otherwise. I've not been able to tell. Hopefully they'll be able to fix that pretty easily. They'll get it back to me soon. Again, they've been very easy to deal with. I'm hoping tomorrow to get it in the mail. I had all the customs forms today, but as I record this here in the United States, it was a national day of mourning today for the funeral of the late President Jimmy Carter. So, and I remembered that after I had all the forms filled out. So hopefully tomorrow, which will be January 10th, 2025, I will get it in the mail to the UK. Hopefully soon I'll have an update video on how that goes, and hopefully soon an update, because I do think I will put it in at least to start with to see how they go together and to compare the two and to try the four-way switch. But that's a video for another day. For now, I love the way this sounds. It sounds so far basically exactly like I hoped. I'm sure you're going to hear in a lot of future videos because I want to experiment with different amp combinations, different pedal combinations, see if I can really get that Bruce, his main guitar Esquire lead sound out of this, which is again my main concern. So far, just in terms of the bridge pickup, totally satisfied. I know that boutique pickups are pricey, but so far both with Bare Knuckle and Lindy Fralin, they hit them out. Okay, I had a minor technical glitch there right as I was wrapping up. My device ran out of memory. But as I was saying, so far I've only had good experiences with the boutique pickups. I hope to try more in the future. I needed to add 2 TV Jones. It was another great experience. So we'll hopefully get it back from Bare Knuckle soon and be able to do the full test of the Boss Bare Knuckle Telecaster pickup set, including with the 4-way switch. So if you have any questions for now, please leave them below. Please like and subscribe. And until next time, keep on rocking.